photographers. Only got 20 minutes, so let's hustle. All right.
Okay. Hey, my name is Eliza, and I'm one of the deckhands on Bounty. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually tarring the rigging. And what we do is I've got a bottle of tar in my hand, and we actually just scoop it right into our hands. I've got gloves on, but a lot of people like to use socks. They put them right over their hand, and then you just rub it back and forth on anything that is covered in stain twine. We like to serve our lines, so we take a core, whether it's rope or some sort of synthetic wire, and we actually wrap it up first in cloth and tar it and grease it, and then we tightly wrap it with a waxed nylon and a tarred nylon line. And we get it nice and tight, which starts the waterproof layer. And then by adding a layer of tar, it actually seals that line together and creates this waterproof seal that also looks nice and black and dark, so it makes our boat look better. And because the sun often beats down on it, it gets sort of gray and wears off over time. So we're constantly having to continue tarring. And the most important thing when you do that is that you start high or you start outboard and you work your way in towards the deck. Because as you can imagine, it's very wet. You can see how sticky it is all over my hands. And if we were to start down near the deck, then we would get stuck way up aloft, and we would get covered in tar on our way down, so that wouldn't be good. A lot of sailors like the smell of pine tar, but it's definitely something that's very difficult to get off. So that is what I am doing right now. Ready?
Well, port those tags. Those people on the gear, let's go to the fore and aft. We can set all these together.
So, my name's Lee. This is Melissa. And what we're doing right now is we are on the port side of the main course. And we're doing some sail repair. Some of the paneling. You can notice a lot of squares, and actually a lot of sails in general, they're stitched in panels. Sail in particular, some of it is coming undone. There isn't a tear, some of the stitching itself is frayed, so the panels are coming apart. What we're using here are sailing needles and sailing thread and a sailmaker's palm. This is, I guess, more or less the equivalent of a thimble for regular sewing. You basically will pinch the needle here, and a very deft person can apply there and stitch pretty quickly through, but you use this to push it through the canvas, because this, which is actually not canvas but synthetic, similar, it's Oceanus, is a bit harder to push through than, just say, your sweatshirt at home. So the needles are triangular because evidently that punctures the canvas with the least amount of cutting and tearing, so it doesn't weaken any fibers.
So